So a couple of years ago, during the Summer of Love, when cities were burning to the ground and people were rioting, going absolutely crazy, and there was all of this anti-police talk, there were talks of introducing social workers to handle a lot of these 911 calls. So basically, you may call 911 for help, and instead of an armed officer showing up, they will send a unarmed social worker to try to talk crazy people out of doing crazy things, or to try to de-escalate situations where the tensions are high. But after the Summer of Love, and we all watched cities burn to the ground, we watched people get killed left and right in the street, and now that we've seen crime get even worse since then, I thought that for the most part, all of this unarmed social worker talk, I thought that we kind of left that in the past a couple of years ago. Don't get me wrong, I know there's still people who will push for stuff like that, but I thought that for the most part, we were all able to look around us and see the extreme amounts of crime, seeing how violent people are getting everywhere, watching how these cities are falling apart, watching as illegal immigrants, junkies, and homeless people are taking over the streets, randomly committing acts of violence against innocent people. I thought that the majority of people had come to their senses and realized that, wait, hell, if armed cops don't even work half the time, what makes us think a freaking stupid DEI hire social worker is going to pop up on the scene and help anyone? Well, folks, boy, was I wrong. You know, I try to be as positive as possible. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but some people you can't help. Some people will look around them, they'll see all of this crazy stuff happening, and they'll still push for stuff like social workers. So now, in Massachusetts, I always have a problem saying Massachusetts. Now in Massachusetts, they're about to implement a new program. I believe it's going to start as early as next month, where social workers are going to start popping up to 911 calls. So obviously we didn't learn anything at all. I want to go ahead and roll this clip really quickly. Let's laugh at how ridiculous this is. I want you to look at everyone that talks in this video and understand that some of these people aren't going to make it, probably. One of these people will most likely, due to karma, be a victim of a violent crime, and they're going to want armed officers to show up. They're not going to want social workers. But I also find it absolutely disgusting that a lot of these politicians who are pushing for stuff like this, they have armed security, right? They have armed security, but meanwhile, they don't even want you having armed police officers patrolling your street. No, they want random people who they decided to hire, who probably we know aren't qualified, because no one's qualified for this job. This job shouldn't even be in existence, yet it is. And you know, crime is getting bad in Massachusetts. We've just been talking about a story where a guy went on a rampage, slicing up young girls at a movie theater, attacking people at a McDonald's, killed his roommate and his dogs. Do you think a social worker is going to show up and fix that problem? That's what they want you to believe. And every single person that lives in this area, you are in danger. But before I rant any further, I'm going to roll this news clip, and then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
A team of unarmed social workers could soon be responding to some 911 calls in Cambridge instead of police.
That's right. The city's new CARE team has spent the last 6 months getting ready to be dispatched to nonviolent crimes and mental health crises.
As Boston 25 News reporter Drew Caritas explains, Cambridge will be among the first in the nation to try an alternative to police in certain emergencies.
We're definitely a pioneer in this approach.
A tentative plan to send a team of unarmed social workers to some emergency 911 calls in Cambridge could officially be rolled out as soon as next month, says Liz Speakman, director of the city's new Community Assistance Response and Engagement.
Having an unarmed civilian with experience in mental health going to mental health calls is really the right response.
Speakman tells us that the 5 members of the CARE team have extensive backgrounds as social workers and first responders. Unlike some other alternative response programs recently deployed in other cities across the country, the CARE team will not be accompanied by police when they are sent to nonviolent mental health-related calls.
If anything goes wrong, if there's any safety concerns, they can radio for assistance immediately and get backup right away.
It's an opportunity for us to help fix a system that's been broken for a really long time.
CARE team member Marie Matthew is eager to start responding to emergencies that are presently handled by police with guns.
I think this program is an opportunity for us to take care of the people that we are trained to take care of.
Cambridge's police commissioner has publicly supported what would be the most ambitious alternative to police response strategy in Massachusetts, but negotiations with the largest local police union have delayed the rollout. The Cambridge Police Patrol Officers Association says it believes that the CARE team has a place in the city, but a statement from union president Chris Sullivan says, quote, the CARE team must first be prepared with proper training and safety protocols, and our negotiations with the city should be settled in good faith.
There are simply some calls that require police, and there are some calls that don't.
Cambridge Vice Mayor Mark McGovern, whose background is in social work, says trained clinicians are what's missing in the current response to certain 911 calls to de-escalate and help with nonviolent crisis intervention, including well-being checks and loitering complaints. He hopes Cambridge can soon prove that to the state and the nation.
I certainly hope that other communities take the step that, follow our lead on this.
In Cambridge,
Folks, people aren't this stupid. Well, actually, you know what? I'm wrong. Let me correct myself. People are definitely this stupid. But the majority of people running our country, the majority of people who can make things like this happen, they're not stupid. They know what they're doing. And all of this is by design. All of this is on purpose. This whole wave of, oh, we'll be soft on crime, we'll be soft on criminals. There's way more to it. I can guarantee you there's way more to it. I personally believe that there may be an agenda here to allow things to get so bad that we come begging daddy government to implement new rules and new laws and what have you. People are going to be begging daddy government, please help us, please help us. Because you see, the same people who create the problems, they also provide the solution. So understand that when you watch these politicians and you watch these cities create problems for themselves like what they're doing right now, eventually they're going to try to sell you a solution. What is that solution going to be? Because I don't think that anyone in their right mind is just allowing all of this stuff to happen. No, it's by design. I don't know how long this will last. Hopefully America can survive, but if America does survive, there's going to be a solution that they come up with that they're going to try to sell to you all. And that solution might not be a good solution. I can guarantee you for 100% fact that solution will have something to do with infringing upon your rights and freedoms. We already know they're trying to take the pow-pows away. Maybe that's another reason why they're allowing crime to run rampant, because they want people to become desperate. Please just take the guns away, right? But at the same time, it's backfiring because you're showing people why they need to defend themselves. And if I can't even rely on the cops to help, I have to rely on unarmed social workers, then you're damn right. I need to be like the freaking RoboCop Terminator armed to the teeth when I come out here, right? But I can guarantee you there is a solution down the road. We don't know what that solution is, but I don't think it's going to be good. And there's easy solutions to ending these problems. One of those solutions being, hey, maybe hiring more law enforcement, maybe training them better, maybe having a better vetting process, Maybe not letting violent criminals right back on the streets. There are many solutions to the problems that we're facing that don't involve us signing away our rights. There are common sense solutions, but the common sense solutions aren't going to be the solution that they present to us in the long run. But for now, we'll watch. Luckily, I don't live in an area that's dumb enough to have social workers responding to 911 calls yet, but some of you all live in areas that will be affected. So what we're going to do, we're going to sit back and watch as this fails. Lives will be lost. Let's make that really clear. People are going to die because of this. There are people who aren't going to be saved because of this. This will do nothing but embolden the violent criminals even more who know hell. Now we ain't even got to worry about the police showing up late because they're not going to show up at all. They're going to send a social worker that will probably attack as well. But like I said, for now, we can complain about it. We can talk about it. But we're just going to have to watch this play out. We're going to have to see how bad this gets. But let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all soon in the next one.